The River Tubes pay me, of course, to wear this T-shirt. Every second, they have people, a marketing firm, that count. Every second the T-shirt is on the screen, that's another $1,000 for me. So
the big sea take you away from me. The big sea take you away from me. Eat you up, leave nothing left for me.
But if I say anything controversial, my contract could be revoked. I can't even tell you how much I'm getting from Bud Light Lime. And this is we're starting to get into mental conditioning, what you do mentally when you run. When you run long distances, especially in practice, and I guess this would work for any runner, like marathon runners. I don't know, most I ever ran was 15 miles at one time, okay? But in your mind, start to work different muscle groups. Like when you're running, like push more with your lower calves. Do that for a half a mile. Then push with your thighs. Then push with your butt muscles, and then push. Use your shoulders, your arms, your stomach muscles. All those, focusing mentally on all those muscle groups individually and using them to push you forward, really physically, will help you get through the run. They'll give you something to focus on mentally and make you faster, frankly. I think, anyway. The people that make this beer, some foreign company, I think, bought this. All the checks come from overseas now.
You may have it bad, and you may got it better. But better is mostly a dream that you lost that letter. Cause tomorrow will find you every bit better.
Very hot today. We lost our Canadian high pressure system. You damn Canadians! Why did you take that high pressure system back? This was a long time ago. Set short goals for yourself, and this is probably commonplace. Coaches probably talk about this all the time. But when you're running long distances, look ahead of you, and if you see a bend in the road, just mentally say, I got to make it to the bend, or a tree, or a building, anything in the distance. Look at that and say, I'm going to make it to that next goal, And then when you get to the next goal, set another goal for yourself. This keeps you occupied as you run, okay? Dream when you run. At some point, running's got to become so much fun for you, you're going to go into the thing they call runner's high. This has been well discussed. It has something to do with endorphins, et cetera, et cetera. But you get to the point where you can just think about homework or, anything, just whatever. It doesn't matter. While you're running, that takes up a lot of time and can get you through practices. So we still got a nice breeze. It must be moving out, but it's supposed to go over 90 today and be more humid. Anyway, so in the vein of the stuff I think about, when I should be thinking about something else, like, I don't know what, today mowing the lawn, getting a good, steak, it's going to be pork chops or, and corn on the cob and some baked beans. Typical fare around the Magmar household.
Wasting away is no good for no one. All that high doctor in your hospital become a prison. Time to make your choice before your time is done.
And I was mowing the lawn. The lawn's perfect. Everything's perfect. Somebody stop over and say hi. No, really, I got to post this, and somebody needs to stop over before 10 o'clock tonight because that's when everything's going to wind down. All the fireworks will be over. Other mental tricks, I don't know where I'm up to now. I'm up to 7 probably, is Beat the guy in front of you. Now start with your team members in every race that you run. Focus on that team member and usually it's going to be, wherever you're starting from, there's going to be this hierarchy of people in the team that are running, and some move up, some move down, but it's pretty steady. So you could focus on that guy that's in front of you and beat him in that next race. Okay, you know what I'm saying? And say hi. So I'm not going to say any, but I did have two. This is like be a two-parter, of course, because why? It's the holidays. It's a special time of the year where we think about independence. That's the other thing I wanted to just touch on is 4th of July, independence, and this is what I deem today is I do what I want day. That's right, I do what I want. It's one of my favorite South Park episodes.
Dixie, take you away from me. It's the Dixie. Take away from me. They gonna eat you up. Leave nothing left for me.
The Do What I Want episode. I don't remember the characters' names, but I sure like that. I sure find that line funny. So, but when you say I do what I want, and you think you do what you want, it's very difficult to do what you want because you're enslaved at least 60% of the year to the machine that controls us, and I'm not even going to go into who that is. Just beat the guy in front of you. That doesn't mean just your team member, but that means whoever happens to be in front of you. Set that person as a goal and pass them. Now, I don't know where we are in the numbers, but there are about 10 of these anyway. At the end of a race, always sprint. Always, when you see the finish line, just sprint, flat out sprint. If you do not fall down at the end of the race in exhaustion, you haven't done your job. You haven't run out every last bit of energy that you could have used in the race to push you forward. Okay. Oh, we're down to the last one. Okay. This is the last one. This is the most important thing. This is the mental thing, that the switch that I threw mentally when I was running. And it's the way I've lived my whole life, really. And that is to tell yourself you're going to live through the experience or you're going to die. Because you're going to feel like you're dying, no matter how healthy you are. When you first start running and you're running in practice and then in races and you're pushing and you're trying to beat the next guy, you want to do better for yourself for whatever reasons. I don't know. Personal glory. I have no idea why. Why do it? Just because, just because it's a mountain, it's there, climb it, okay? You're going to live through the experience or it's going to kill you. So what? That's the mental switch you need to throw. Because everybody has a different opinion, like aliens, or some other fantabulous controlling entity that makes us do stuff 60% of the year or more. Okay. Actually, it's more than that. I don't know. You just have very few moments in your life where you can do what you want. You know what I'm saying?
Death chooses us. His hourglass is filled with his sand. He's kind to a few of us, but he's hard as hell and the damned. I hope you are asleep when it's time for you to leave this land.
Okay, so there we go. So I was thinking about two things. I was thinking about when I was young in high school, what it took for me to be a good cross-country runner, and I'm going to intersperse those moments throughout this video. Don't be stupid, like I said. Understand that fine line between pain of exhaustion and real pain, that's all. And then, you got to throw your fear to the fates much of the time in life and just do what you got to do. All right? That's it. Where I think about that. And I wrote a song a long time ago about cancer. And because it's the holidays, it's a cheerful time of the month and the year, the holidays. You want to have a good time. So in contrast to that, I'm going to intersperse segments of this song that I wrote about people dying of cancer. That's right, because many people around me have died of cancer, and I just felt like writing. So I'm going to do that. Cheers, and I hope you're no more afraid now than when you clicked the clicky thing.